You know, chances are you've tried one too many fad diets, but could eating just one meal a day be a weight loss magic bullet? Take a look.
You've probably heard about the trendy intermittent fasting diet, but the OMAD diet tips the scales on this concept. OMAD is short for one meal a day, and that's essentially all you have to do on this plan. A number of celebrities have reportedly tried this diet, including Channing Tatum, Jennifer Aniston, Brooke Shields, and Chris Pratt. And while eating just one meal a day may sound unappealing, people still want a taste of this diet's apparent benefits.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm 31 years old. I went from 400 pounds to 198 pounds in 20 months using the OMAD diet. OMAD worked for me because I'm a volume eater. I like to eat large quantities at one time. I got really serious about losing weight when I was diagnosed with uterine cancer, and I was told that my weight was a factor. I was 387 pounds at the time. I introduced the intermittent fasting, starting with just the simple 13 hours, 14 hours. Could I go 15? How about 16? And then I slowly just worked my way up to, I do about 22 and a half to 23 hours of fasting a day now. So one of my meals for OMAD would consist of 4 to 5 separate plates of food, lean protein, 2 vegetables, dessert, oatmeal with peanut butter. Then I would have what I would call my snack, chips, popcorn, pretzels, snack mix, and then chicken, zucchini, and potatoes, turkey meat with like taco shells, salsa, and I would eat all of that within my hour. I think if people are already intermittent fasting, I think they should try OMAD. I would talk to a doctor before starting because fasting for 23 hours is, that's pretty extreme. You know, it isn't for everybody.
Well, here to weigh in on our one meal a day diet debate, we've got the A-team. We have holistic cardiologist Dr. Joel Kahn, celebrity trainer and host of the Jorge Cruise podcast, Jorge Cruise, and the intermittent fasting expert and kidney specialist, Dr. Jason Fung. So let's start off with you, Jorge. We just heard from Amanda, that tape piece, amazing. I mean, you can't deny the before and after pictures. She lost nearly 200 pounds on the OMAD diet, but she eats more than 1,700 calories at any one time. What is your take on that?
Well, you know, I really feel I have no issue. It really doesn't, because it mimics what we call Paleolithic nutrition. It's just how our ancestors ate, really up until the 1930s almost. And I really feel it's powerful. I just turned 50, and for anyone, say, over 50, it's also the only diet that will extend lifespan. It's been shown that through this cellular regeneration process called autophagy. So it goes way beyond weight loss.
So let's go to Dr. Kahn. Dr. Kahn, why do you take issue with this?
Yeah, I'm really glad that this young woman had such a success at this. I think I could have suggested a more healthful diet and gotten the same result. But I would call this more a bullet than a magic bullet diet. You know, recently in San Francisco, they did a randomized study of just not eating 16 hours a day. There was essentially no difference from the 3-meal-a-day group, and there was more lean mass loss. You don't want to lose your muscle. That's been a consistent finding with restrictive dieting, is losing muscle. And, you know, the National Institutes of Health in 2007 published studies on the OMAD diet. Mark Mattson, senior brain researcher. What did they report in the randomized group eating one meal a day? Higher blood pressure, higher LDL cholesterol, more insulin resistance. You want to create a heart disease diet, you put those 3 things together, you keep going. She's a young woman. I deal with adult patients at risk of heart disease. Finally, and medically, gallstones go up when you do restrictive feeding. And you have to now ask the question, 23 hours no meal? I'm actually writing a book called The No Meal a Day Diet. Just get duct tape. And in the report at the National Institutes of Health, the biggest side effect was the people randomized one meal a day for the 12 weeks. They were angry and hungry, and it never got better. And she may be a very special subject, but to suggest this is something we recommend as medical professionals across the board, no way.